Well, a very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Business Today. I'm Noah Kipkimboy. A lot in store for you. In today's show, we are looking at how education translates to employment. Is that being done efficiently, especially at the TVET sector? Apart from that, remember it's December, it's holidays. What is happening, especially in the city of Mombasa? We shall be getting some updates from that particular end, and not only Mombasa, also across the East African region, to be specific, Rwanda, which is one of the most interesting countries across the world. That and many more right here on Business Today. I hope you are ready. Tighten your seatbelt. I will be a captain. We are taking off, and we start with the markets. Well, on our socials, we are asking you, should technical courses be made shorter? Should technical courses be made shorter? This is one of the proposals that have been brought to encourage young people to join TVET institutions. Should technical courses be made shorter? Speak to me at Noah_Kipkimboy at KTN News KE. The hashtag is KTN Business. I shall be sampling your views as the show continues. Should technical courses be made shorter? That's the question that we ask you this afternoon. All right, now starting us off is matters bilateral relations, and this is between Kenya and Suriname. Kenya and Suriname have signed 3 trade agreements on climate, agriculture and transport. This follows bilateral relations established by the leaders of the 2 countries in September. Suriname has also pledged their support for Kenya's bid for an unpermanent seat at the UN Security Council.
Ecotourism, environmental agenda and climate change agenda with cooperation with Suriname. We've also spoken about the need to grow our capacity, and we'll be talking about ways of exchanging experiences in our foreign service academies amongst our students at the university level, but more importantly, skills and competencies around areas such as food security, areas such as health, that focus on the development of our people.
This relationship is only 3 months old. Only 3 months, and it is through our both presidents, their political commitment, that we stand here today to have witnessed the signing of at least 3 documents, including a visa waiver document, which will allow Kenyans and Surinamese to know each other better. At the end of the day, it's about our people to know each other and not to know about each other. Fourthly, I think it's good to mention the fact that your country has such huge and vast potential, and that we have not yet understood how much we can do together, the African and the Caribbean region. And in the Caribbean, Suriname will be that voice for Kenya, as I've been formally also endorsed today as your champion for your seat, your UN security seat.
Indeed, that bilateral relationship between Kenya and Suriname will be beneficial to both countries. Moving on swiftly in sync with what we are talking on our socials, matters touching youth empowerment and education. The Parliamentary Committee on Labour and Social Welfare wants the duration of training in youth polytechnics and vocational courses to be reduced. An estimated preferred duration will be around 6 months so as to attract youths. The committee, which is touring all facilities in Kenya, said many youth are shying away from vocational courses due to the prolonged period of time taken to complete the courses. Committee Chairman and Borough Member of Parliament Ali Wario was speaking in Getty Youth Polytechnic and expressed the need for this measure.
Between the government and the World Bank. We are calling it the Kenya Youth Employment and Opportunities Project. So what has happened in this program is that we have brought employers on board who are recruiting youth to be trained in specific skill areas that are demanded by these employers. So then we have brought in training providers, both in the formal and the informal sector, to help us impact on this skilling. So it is a project that is supposed to run up to the year 2021, but the government is using it as a test on whether that can be run sustainably after the year 2021.
We are dealing with youth. This is a very ambitious group in our society. If you tell them we will keep you here for 2 years, you will lose most of them on the way. So come up with a tailor-made training, even if it's a job-based. A carpenter will do his work, a tailor will do his work, come for further training, go back to his work. That way you can manage them easily.
And that's why we are asking you on our socials this afternoon, should technical courses be made shorter? Based on that particular argument that you have just heard, a lot of young people are very ambitious. They don't want to spend so much time in school. So can we shorten the courses so that they can transition into the job market? Give me your opinion at @Noah_KeepKimboy at KTN News KE, and the hashtag is KTN Business. But still on matters TVETs, as education is shifting from academics to skills in Kenya, KAPIE is taking stock of the technical and vocational training and how it can inspire youth employment in Kenya. With over 45 youth training centers across the country and 35,000 beneficiaries, they conducted a study to analyze the impact of TVET and presented their findings at a summit that was also attended by Dr. Kevin Desai, who is the Principal Secretary, TVET.
It's a part of our history. When we started working with this program, it was in India about 20 years ago. It was meant to help children in the streets. And so we created a model that first and foremost helps those who most need to be helped. And when we came to Kenya to introduce the model and to adapt it here, we have kept that focus because the needs of vulnerable, marginalized young people in Kenya are very, very, very high. But it does not mean that the model cannot work with other young people. They can. In fact, one of the reasons why we are organizing this kind of workshops is because we are actually giving it away now. We are telling institutions and organizations and partners that want to help young people that we are willing to provide them technical support and technical resource and the resources of our learning, of our knowledge over the last 9 years here in Kenya so that they can help young people. We are not telling them whom they can help. We believe all young people are deserving of help.
This initiative today, through research, highlights some of the key efforts that we are putting in place with respect to our existing reforms. They include, the readiness and the preparation to roll out competency-based education training throughout the entire network of technical vocational training institutions.
And away from matters TVETs, let's talk the mood and the time of the season. It is the holiday season. And when you talk about holidays in Kenya, you can't leave out the word Mombasa or the coastal part of Kenya because that's a place where a lot of people visit. Our reporter from the coast region, Tobias Chanji, spoke to hoteliers about their plans to accommodate the influx of tourists during this festive season. Let's listen in.
the backbone of the coast economy. And as you understand, we've been having those several protests against standard gauge railway, which have been happening every Monday. Although they were banned last Friday by the government spokesperson, that is Colonel Cyrus Oguna. With that, we've also been seeing the rise of the machete-wielding criminal gangs like the Wakali Kwanza, Wajukuu Wanyanya, and etc. Remember that the tourism sector depends on both domestic and foreign tourism, and most of the hotels here in Mombasa have also been doing so well, especially on domestic tourism by providing the conference facilities, among other issues. Now with me is Victor Shitaka, who will just maybe paint for us a picture if these criminal gangs or the SGR, the protest, has been a true reflective of the occupancy within several hotels, or has it affected the tourism industry in one way or the other?
One of the good things about the Kenyan people is they're very resilient. Yes, we have issues of the SGR with demonstrations going on. But, and yes, there are issues, we agree, there are issues that need to be solved. But the number of tourists coming in, domestic, are still coming in. So we will have a beautiful festive season in the coast. In Mombasa, we will have a beautiful season. What our worry is really is that SGR does not have enough seats. Already, a lot of people want to come and they can't get seats on SGR. That means they have got confidence to coming into Mombasa. That means they've got confidence of taking SGR and coming here. And we only want to urge SGR to increase the number of seats. I know that buses as well are full. So Mombasa will have a good season. We have had issues of insecurity, but they are being dealt with. We have got to separate Christmas festive season, which is a time that people are coming to enjoy, and all these other matters which the different bodies are handling. We will not run away from the issues of some of the gangs that have been mentioned, but if I know the wheel is rolling, that people are being arrested, people are being charged, and we will have a great Christmas season.
Okay. Pertinent issues have been raised that Mombasa might be a ghost city in future if some of the things have not been addressed. What is the capacity so far of some of the hotels?
Crosswise, I mean, if you look at the hotels that I work in the Pride Inn group, we are doing right now 85 to 90% in the coast, in Mombasa specifically. But I know that business is up. I can say an average of 75 to 80% and increasing as we go towards from tomorrow. You know, basically festive season starts tomorrow, the holiday, and people are starting to come in. And if we could only have more bogies in SGR, I tell you, Mombasa will be full.
As you said, we begin with the Jamhuri Day tomorrow. So how are you prepared for this festive season? Maybe what are some of the strategies that you've employed? And are we also going to see you guys maybe increasing the cost of accommodation, among other issues?
Traditionally, Christmas has been a time to celebrate, a time to give back. So yes, hotels, because of what they have to offer over that particular period, adjust their rates accordingly. But as I've always said, there are hotels for each niche. They are the more expensive, there is the less expensive hotels, but everybody is catered for within the coast. What people have put up, they have put up fantastic programs from South Coast to Lamu. There's fantastic programs going on. And then now, you know that Mamangina is going to be open, and that area is brilliant. And then the cruise tourism, the terminal is also going to be opened, and we are trying to negotiate that the public can go there. So it's separated and public can go there because of what is going to be built in that area. So there's a lot of things that are going to happen in Mombasa.
So lastly, can we compare maybe the domestic tourism and the foreign tourism? Because I understand you spoke about cruise ship, but what I know is that there is some guests that will be coming maybe somewhere next week. Yeah, just tell us more about that.
We are expecting a cruise ship, I think, on the 23rd. Of December, which will be with the opening of the new terminal. They will be introduced. This will be basically the the launch of the new terminal, in quotes, because it's not going to be launched, but they're going to land, and this is going to be put in work in this new terminal. The government has invested in this new terminal and wants to see an increase in the cruise tourism coming in. And we are not only looking at inbound, we are looking at outbound. So if investors can come in and have their ships here and people can leave from Mombasa outward, that will increase tourism. And you'll remember that there were times when we used to have the Silver Star, Suli ships going to Zanzibar and everything. We are coming back to those days where Mombasa has got to reinvent itself to introduce and bring in new business. And a lot of this will be domestic driven.
Mm-hmm. Thanks a lot, sir. Well, that's the chairperson of the Kenya Coast Tourism Association, Victor Shitaka, just telling us that despite the issues that have been raised before the SGR protest and also the rise of criminal gangs, they still the business is booming, especially as we officially start the festive season as from tomorrow. Back to you in studio.
Thank you very much, Tobias Chanje, for that detailed interview. Moving on swiftly, the current policy environment does not support the development of MSMEs, that is small, micro and medium enterprises. According to a new index on MSME policy released by the Kenya Private Sector Alliance, that is KEPSA, the government needs to review its policies and strengthen them to enable the sector to grow. The index focused on 8 key dimensions, including the regulatory environment, infrastructure, input access cost, human capital, access to finance, and effective representation.
NDICC, the government will sustain engagements with the business sector, including KEPSA, to identify and implement viable options to challenges affecting SMEs. The MSME policy index that has just been launched must be applauded as a purposed and necessary scrutiny of the environment under which MSMEs are operating in and how best to better it.
Now, have you heard of Ugandan stools? These are very special stools that you sit on. And actually, there are some people in Nakuru who are carving out a niche for themselves for this particular market, with the stool going for as low as 300 bob. John Letin reports.
20-year-old Derek Changwe prepares for another day at work. He's ready to go to town to hawk these stools. The stools, which are locally known as vitimoto, are made from coiled branches from a tree known as copper in Luganda. The branches are harvested while still green, and the bark peeled off to expose the white cambium, which makes the stools appear clean and appealing to the eye. So how much does a stool cost?
300, man of Kenya. Man of Uganda, 7,000. If you buy kit, you give 15 years guarantee.
Derek's mother, Agnes Masibo, is the owner of this business. The mother of 8 started this business 3 years ago to complement her husband's income. Every month, she sells up to 200 stools, which earns her over 50,000 shillings.
Mimi naomba mama ya Kenya hapa, baba yote wazee yote mnunue vitu yetu, sipiti twende Uganda. Wa Kenya nanua au na promote sisi sana. Ela mwenye alichukua juzi narudi nachukua mwingine. Tunaomba hao aende mbele kununua vitio.
Masibo lost her husband in August last year after he was shot dead during a mission in the war torn South Sudan. Taking care of her 5 daughters, 3 sons and a younger sister single-handedly was an uphill task for her, and she had to expand her horizons through the sale of her merchandise. She's banking on the business to send her dependents to school. Her wares are slowly gaining popularity among residents of different towns she has toured.
Kiti iko sawa sana. Hii kitu sana mimi ni mzito. Ukikalia kitu na comfortable. Hiyo center gravity ya mwili inaishia chini yote.
At the end of each day, these Ugandans are making a kill in the furniture industry. They have made a niche for themselves. Joanne Leting, KTN News in Nakuru County.
And indeed, people will say that if you've been operating in the furniture industry for quite long, they will tell you in Kiswahili, umekaa sana kwa industry. And they say that it's giving you a 15-year warranty. That is quite impressive there, so you can go buy one for yourself in Nakuru. But moving on to Matters Health, Dubai Islamic Bank and NMC Facilities have signed an agreement to enable couples looking to access reproductive health assistance through in vitro fertilization, that is IVF, access high-quality services. Under the agreement, the bank will offer financing to mitigate the high cost of accessing fertility support service and improve the experience of patients. Speaking during the signing of the partnership, DIB Bank Managing Director James McCow said the partnership will see salaried employees access financing from a minimum of 100,000 shillings to a maximum of 1 million shillings.
Is even 1 out of 5 patients infertile couple, or to the extent of going to 2 out of 10 patients, which means the incidence varies from 10% to 20%.
Through the partnership, DIB Bank will offer personal financing to individuals seeking fertility services at NMC Fertility Kenya and IVF, Clinic for Reproduction and Embryology. The partnership will see salaried employees access financing from a minimum of Kenya shillings 100,000 to a maximum of Kenya shillings 1 million, repayable over a year. The arrangement is expected to ease the burden of financing for couples wishing to access high-quality IVF services at the NMC Kenya Fertility Clinic.
Okay, that is Matters Health. When you talk football, actually, there is a huge argument between Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, who is the GOAT? GOAT symbolizing greatest of all time. And I'm pretty sure that argument will go on. But touching on digital GOAT auction, the Communications Authority of Kenya, Strathmore University, and the Senate Office of Kitui County have developed a mobile application where people can order and buy goats online. The first ever goat app in Kenya is set out to benefit livestock keepers in Kitui County as it gives them access to wider market and stop exploitation of the livestock owners by middlemen. The app is also aimed at facilitating the goat auction that is taking place in Mwingi Central Sub-County on 14th December 2019 during the Kitui Cultural Festival.
You can select the goats that they want to buy. We have images of the goats online. They are tagged, they are properly marked. So the goat that you select and you bid for it and you buy it is the goat that you get.
The authority, as the regulator of the ICT sector, takes pride in seeing ICT services transforming the lives of Kenyans. The launch of this application today and the envisaged use is a manifestation of what ICTs can do for various sectors, businesses, and individuals. In this case, it is clear that there are many opportunities in which the agricultural sector can reap from ICTs.
That's quite interesting. They say that the image of the goat shall be posted on their application. So tell me, can you tell how sweet a goat will be on the plate by just looking at its image? Maybe that's something that you can think about. Right now, we take a short break right here on Business Today. When you come back, we shall have BBC's Money Daily, and thereafter, I'll be here waiting for you.